So how have we been left with less missiles than Iran? Well, let me explain. What you see on the screen here is the first space ballistic. This rocket went into space and came down on London. It's actually the V2 from Nazi Germany. So this rocket here, okay, it may not have been that effective back then, but it really was the beginning of something pretty bad. Now, America and the West, all of the space ballistics, and ballistic just means like when you throw a baseball or a cricket ball, it just rises and falls. So a ballistic trajectory. All the ballistics generally are intercontinental. They go from continent to continent, very long distance, and they all have nuclear warheads. Okay, and what Iran has done is it's started to do these space ballistics to get from Iran to Israel. It goes into space, obviously a conventional warhead, but a shorter distance. So Iran doesn't have the intercontinental, but it has a shorter distance, and America doesn't have any, because America's gone for cruise missiles, and cruise missiles you can, drive around as they go. And the problem was they signed a document in 1997, which Trump got everyone out of, thank goodness, restricting the range, so that Russia wouldn't feel threatened. And so I believe it was called the AGM-139, was a very long range cruise missile, and we don't have it anymore. So our cruise missiles have a shorter range, and they're very, very devastatingly effective. The range is a little bit shorter, and Iran has created all of these missiles in the mid-range, in that mid-range. Literally only a crazy regime would do this. Now, when it comes to the space ballistics that shoot down the rocket, which is literally like a bullet shooting a bullet in flight, or a rocket taking out a rocket, they take them out at the space as it goes through space. Those missiles were created for a nuclear threat, a sort of a 15-minute last-ditch nuclear war. We didn't know we'd need hundreds and thousands of the silly things, because no one expected a lunatic, crazy regime to build lots of them. And that's why we have this very slight disconnect, where we have these fantastic cruise missiles, we have the long range ballistics, the intercontinental, but the gap in the middle we don't have. So if we want to sort of rain down fire, the US uses bombers, and that is why it's been specializing for decades in the SR-71 and the Blackbird and all these sort of space bombers, which it's been flying around the world. No one's been able to stop them for decades, and that's the delivery mechanism of the USA, and that's why the cruise missiles are a little bit short, and we rely on those high bombers, and that's what the situation is.